by chances, you've probably seen the show called Barney and Friends. Well, here's a little brief case if you haven't seen it, or you grew up in like an Amish village or something, or you never actually had lots of TV or cable as TV as a child. It's basically a show about a big purple dinosaur by the name of Barney that comes alive from kids' imaginations after they're finished from school. This show has gained a lot of money, and surprisingly, they ended up stopping the whole show because of how successful it was. It was a shocker to everyone, but at least I know the truth. But anyways, let's get into the real story. So, a little backstory of my son. He loves dumpster diving. If you don't know what dumpster diving is, it's basically when you go inside a trash can or search trash bags or a dumpster to try and find something good. It's because some people have shown clickbait videos about them finding the new iPhone, or $10,000 or a winning lottery ticket. But what inspired him was a little video or something from a show that was trending about a teenager who had got $990 worth of food from a store for only $5 while dumpster diving for coupons for over a ton of years. So my son, he's been dumpster diving since he was for a long time. He even had to go to the hospital once because one time in the summer, he was dumpster diving a little trash can there, but the problem was there was a hornet's nest, there was a wasp's nest in there. And yes, I don't even have to describe what happened next. He said that he would stop doing dumpster diving in the summer. So he would always do it when it wasn't wasp season. He would do it in the winter and some other times and stuff. And he found at least a couple $100 throughout the years. It's stupid. And a couple of DVDs. And he also had I have a daughter too. Back when he started dumpster diving in like a couple of years, he was about 40 years old. He was 20 and he was about to move to the UK. We live in a small apartment in Michigan, and he wanted to move to UK because apparently his online girlfriend lives there. So while I'm helping, he comes up to my daughter or her sister and says, "I found this while dumpster diving a long time ago. It said a Barney DVD, but I never thought anything of it. So consider this a gift that I'll give you. Until I come back, you'll get lots of more," he said. "Where did you find that?" I said. "Oh, I found it in an old trash can outside of what looked to be like a film productive place or something," he said. "Oh, that can't be anything too much." So, of course, since she was 4, she didn't have to help pack. And when I was helping him pack his suitcase, he was bringing his laptop, and he couldn't bring his PC, but he left that for his sister. And besides, it was a PC from 2009 or something anyways, so she could probably use it to like draw. She likes drawing. So, while I'm in the midway of packing his suitcase with some clothes, and us arguing about how he needs this sweater or sweatshirt or sweats or something, my daughter was saying, "I don't want the Barney DVD anymore." She was actually sobbing during it. I'm like, "Sweetie, what's wrong?" My wife was more focused on my son and said, "Come on, let's help. We can deal with that later." Okay, I thought. She just walked away out of the room crying. Not loud crying, just sobbing. I didn't think too much of this, but I was still a little bit of things. And the fact that she involved Barney in it was so weird. And after we finished packing and he was ready to drive, he wanted to go to a final destination, which was to go to a party just before he left. Since he was the legal age to go there, I said sure. And it wasn't a 20, and it wasn't that big of a party. It was a simple nightclub with no alcohol. And so since he wasn't 21, at least he could go there because there's no alcohol and stuff. Never mind. So as soon as I dropped him off at the party, I went home. My daughter was fast asleep and she had left a DVD in her room. DVD where she usually watches it. Darn it, I said. Now I have to sneak into her room very quietly. I open the door. Some light floods in, but not too much. She's sleeping and her face is leaning in. Open it a bit more. So, I was hoping that it would be. I thought it was going to be somewhere else, but it was right near the desk of her TV when it was there. I grabbed it slowly and closed the door slowly. I ran over to my laptop, plugged it in, and used my headphones so that she could sleep. And the episode started pretty. It wasn't an episode. It looked to be like the behind the scenes or something. It basically had the Barney theme song, and I think it was about them going on like to some Hawaiian islands or something. And then the episode ends. That was a good job, said one of the casts. But when he leaves the room, this is when it took a whole 180 turn. Barney says, "Come here, kids. I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise." Creepy, I thought. They come over him and say, "What? Here you go." And then some kid starts making. I didn't know what was going on until I see blood spilling from the floor. He had just stabbed a kid in the stomach and he had fell on the floor. He wasn't speaking and now he was vomiting up blood and then he looked like he was dead. The other kid started screaming. The Barney suit looked at stabbed one in the eye. He chopped one of the heads off. It took at least, I don't even want to describe it. 14 whacks and the room was just blood covered. And then the cast came back. "Hey, what are you doing?" Some guy screamed and it eventually evolved and then he accidentally knocks the whole camera over. What happened next was basically them wrestling and screaming and for over 911 being called. In 10 minutes after they restrained him and basically talking, the arrived and he was taken away in custody. "What are we gonna do about this?" One guy said. We have to remove all evidence about this. We can't let anyone know this happened." "But the money, everything, what's more important? A good reputation or money? Besides, we could get charged for this." "I don't know. Our lives," yes, he said. "So, is that camera still recording? Okay, just say that, don't say anything about how we canceled or anything. Just, stop, here, have this camera, stop recording everything and throw this in the trash. And put the trash somewhere so no one can find it." Alright, boss. You gotta make sure to put it at the very bottom so no one finds it." And then it just ended like that. I was extremely disturbed from this. I took it and I did something stupid. I took it out and with my anger I put it in the oven for 5 whole minutes and it caught on fire. Stupid me. I ran, took it out with my hands, put it in the sink and washed it down with the sink water. It was completely destroyed and it was thrown in the trash. That was stupid since I didn't take any screenshots or screen recordings about it. So, that was the reason. That was the whole reason it was canceled. And I didn't want my daughter. I didn't want any memories of this on my daughter. So I completely, when someone mentioned the word Barney, I would like change the conversation or tell them, wait, I have something important to say because I didn't want any memories about that. Now my little girl is 14 and my son is coming over more and we're having more family gatherings, but I still cannot cope with the truth about why Barney completely stopped uploading. Oh, sorry. I still cannot cope with the truth about why Barney has completely stopped airing. And that, my guys and girls, was Barney VHS tape 2000 September 18th, 2009. And the reason it was called that because that's exactly when the show stopped airing. I thought this would be a fun way of. I mean, this wasn't fun. Watching someone get killed, that's not fun or funny. I mean, it was kind of dark humor, that joke right there. But I thought this was a good way to like pronounce it how it canceled in like a creepy pasta dark way version. But on the regular standard, that wouldn't be okay. But this is a creepy pasta, so it's not. It's supposed to be dark. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video and sweet dreams.